Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to Theater Morgan's collection of tiny tales, presented to you by Morgan State University's Theater Arts Department. Theater Morgan's collection of tiny tales again introduces a number of short stories specifically handpicked to encourage us during this time of emerging from the pandemic. Our second tiny tale is an Irish folk tale titled Fiona's Luck by Teresa Bateman. This story tells the tale of how the luck came, went, and returned to the land of Ireland, and how the cleverness of a little girl named Fiona was worth more than the strength. Once upon a time in the land of Ireland, there was a lot of luck to be floating about. There was so much luck in the air that you could almost catch it with the palms of your hands. Now, this luck was largely due to the leprechauns, for they made luck like cows made milk. But one day, the big people came into Ireland, and they were so big that they sucked up all the luck. Well, word got back to the leprechaun king, and he was not pleased. "What is the meaning of all this?" said the leprechaun king. "We've got to do something about this. If we don't stop those big people from coming in for all our luck, they'll sweep it up and there'll be none left for the rest of us." And so, the leprechaun king commanded the leprechauns to collect all the rest of the luck that the big people had missed. And so, the leprechauns threaded a huge net made with the finest of leprechaun gold. And they waited until a hot summer's day when the luck was at its highest peak. And they collected all the rest of the luck. And the land of Ireland fell in great misfortune. Now, it just so happened that a little girl by the name of Fiona also lived in the land of Ireland. And she knew that sometimes cleverness, though, was worth more than strength. And so she took with what little she had, went down to the market, and bought 1 cow and 2 hens. The next day, Fiona arose. She gathered her moo, went over the meadow, inside the barn, and gave the cow love and care, all that she could bear. And ended up coming out with 2 buckets of milk. Well, the rumors started to spread. A whisk, 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 whisk. A whisk, 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 whisk. Why, while we've got no luck, Fiona's got baskets of it. But Fiona proclaimed that I have no luck, and that could be bad, but I am lucky for what I have. And so the next day, Fiona arose. She gathered her 2 went over the meadow, inside the barn, and gave her hens love and care, all that she could bear. And came out with 2 baskets of eggs. Well, by then, you know the rumors got a little bit louder. A whisk, 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 whisk. A whisk, 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 whisk. While we've got no luck, Fiona's got baskets of it. But again, Fiona proclaimed that I have no luck, and that could be bad, but I am lucky for what I have. The next day, Fiona arose. She picked up her empty baskets and went, where? Over the meadow, inside the barn, and she started digging up some clumps of dirt and came out with roundish circles of clumps of dirt. Still, she gave it love and care, all that she can bear. By then, the rumors began to go wild. A whiz, 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 a whiz, 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 whiz. Wow, we've got no luck. Fiona's got baskets and clumps of it. But Fiona proclaimed that I have no luck, and that could be bad, but I am lucky for what I have. But by then, the rumors spread near and far, over the meadows, through the gardens, and over the fields, into the Leprechaun King's palace. Now, the Leprechaun King was not pleased. He did not understand how a little girl in Ireland can collect as much of abundance of luck when he had hidden it all in his grand oak chest. And so he demanded answers. At the clap of his fingers, he commanded the leprechauns to go fetch Fiona. And that's what they did. And so the next day, Fiona arose. She picked up her empty baskets, went over the meadow, through the barn, and before she could even think about her next task, she noticed a piece of gold sparkle in her ear, and then she saw another one around her barn, and then she saw all of the gold sparkly dust, and she couldn't see, and before she even knew it, she was standing inside the Leprechaun's King castle. Hello, Leprechaun King. What gives me the honor of being in your presence? The Leprechaun King explained, Fiona, I do not understand how you can have no luck when I have taken it all for myself, and so I must ask you, where are you getting all of your luck? But again, Fiona proclaimed, but I have no luck, and that could be bad, but I am lucky for what I have. Lies! The Leprechaun King demanded that Fiona tell him where she had gotten the luck. Alright, if you won't tell me where you're getting your luck, then I will make you a deal. I will grant you one chance to play one of Ireland's hardest games. If you fail this test, I will grant you one wish at the weight of nothing. But if I am correct and you find and you succeed in the test, you must reveal where you are getting your luck. And so Fiona agreed. And so at the clap of his hands, the Leprechaun King demanded the test be brought out. And so the leprechauns brought out a table. And they set down 3 cups. They took 1 gold coin and put it underneath one of the cups and began to switch it. Now, at first, Fiona knew where the gold coin was, and she had her eye on it, set. But then, the leprechaun started to change the cups, and Fiona could not keep up. And then, it was time for her to choose which cup. So Fiona took her time and picked the first cup. The leprechaun grabbed the cup and there was no gold coin. The leprechaun king looked confused, but defeated. All right, Fiona, I am a man of my word. And so since you did not find the gold coin, I will grant you your wish. And so Fiona looked around the palace. She looked and she noticed the grand oak chest that had the same gold sparkles from her barn. All right, I've got it. I wish for a hole in the top of that grand oak chest. And so the leprechaun, the king, and the leprechauns laughed. All right, said the leprechaun king. I did promise you a wish of nothing, and that was the weight of nothing. And so at the snap of his fingers, the black hole revealed on the top of the grand oak chest, and all the luck began spilling out everywhere, all over, back over the fields, through the meadows, and over the land of Ireland. Thanks to Fiona, who knew that sometimes cleverness was worth more than strength. And so, that is the story of how the luck of Ireland came to be, and it is said that the hole is still at the top of the grand oak chest, being the reason for Ireland's luck today.